Mics are
Manuel
loud.
likes butts.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Turn your damn camera on.
No.
For all anyone knows watching, you just have no. I'm just talking to. No one's talking because my mouth isn't moving and you're not being shown.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just turn your camera on, wave hi to everyone, so at least people who click on the
No.
thumbnail. No, so at least the people who click on the thumbnail don't think I'm just clickbaiting because it's just like I always insert a person there who's apparently never there.
But that's how clickbait works.
No, I don't want to clickbait. That's what we're getting at here.
But that's what we're supposed to do so we can get views.
No one's gonna watch a 2-hour podcast based on clickbait.
Actually, there's been worse clickbait than that. Someone will watch it.
No, I'm not fucking like Joey Salads over here who could like string this along forever.
Who's Joey Salads?
Are you serious? Everyone knows what Joey Salads is.
You know who Nico Avocado is.
Oh my god, we're not gonna have our fight with which million plus sub YouTuber is bigger than the other because there's like 80 million of them.
Dude, I hate Nico Avocado.
I thought you loved Nico Avocado. That's all we talked about.
I love the drama that surrounds him because it's very entertaining. I don't like him as a person. He is actually crap.
Hold on a second. I just realized we're on a podcast now. Okay, guys. Don't let it be said we clickbaited you because that was kind of unexpected there. Thank you all for joining us. We're at Ultra Podcast, the episode 87. I want to say 87. This lovely February 18th evening. As always, I am Manuel, the leader of AJ Connections. And as always, I am joined by Konaru, who won't turn her fucking camera on.
Well, because it's broken. I already told you. We tried it before, too.
It always works, at least for a bit.
Yeah, I don't want it to work for a bit. I want it to work for the whole thing.
But every thumbnail is actually you. And you never actually show up.
Yeah, that's true. But who cares?
Oh my god. Go on. Konaru, introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Hello, my name is Konaru, also known as Yadu. Manuel doesn't know who Garrett Watts is, and it's really hurtful to me.
Is he the guy who shot Billy the Kid? That silence when a joke falls flat. No, I'm not gonna lie. When I said that, also, I knew nobody would get that.
Also, sorry if you hear computer tapping. I'm talking to my boyfriend. I'm online.
Tell him to watch the podcast and make fun of you in the chat.
No, he's overseas right now, and I don't know how his internet situation is.
Oh. Anyway.
Shout out to boyfriend. You know who you are. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that's and shout out to my boyfriend too. Like, he knows who he is.
Okay.
Should we go with that? Okay. I'm joking, by the way. Or am I? I don't know. I don't fucking care. Anyway. So we have a couple things tonight. By the way, chat is open. If you're in the chat, feel free to chat. If you're in the comments in YouTube, feel free to comment on YouTube. If at any point we make you laugh, you owe us a like.
No.
If we made you laugh multiple times, you owe us a sub. No, but real talk. If you hate what I said, then dislike the video. I'm just kidding. Just do whatever the fuck you want. Have a good time.
Just dislike the video. Just dislike it. I don't know why he says this every time.
It's also, my new thing.
Also, this is like the ultimate clickbait podcast because Teepu is not here either.
It is. Okay. To be fair. Thanks for bringing that up. I actually forgot. Teepu might be joining us later on. That bastard.
I really hope so. I'm just gonna keep shitting on you until he does. But even then, when he comes, we're gonna shit on you together. So
well,
it's
on the plus side, we do have a kind of a the new format. Even though Callie makes fun of me, the new format is happening. The way it happens, for those who still don't know, we bullshit a lot for the first 10-15 minutes because we know nobody's really tuning in on Twitch or I mean not Twitch. Twitch. I said Twitch right. Nobody's really tuning in on Twitch, or people are trickling in. Even when we have someone big, people still trickle in the first 10-15 minutes. So we're just bullshitting. But then we're going to cover some news topics and some other bullshit just to get a little warmed up. And then we have the nice, really big topic for the second half of the show. And we have a couple news things today. After we get done with our recap, we're going to talk about a couple idol graduations. And then we're going to talk about Nikocado Avocado and Pat Garrett.
We're not going to talk about Nikocado Avocado.
Did we waste all of that before we started? Because we had all this bullshit.
Yes, I just really wanted to fucking troll you.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, but in my defense, Manuel didn't know if Nikocado Avocado was a real person because of the name.
You know, what I'm going to do is I am going to get a picture of him. I'm going to put it as a thumbnail and be like, and it's like, can you believe Nikocado Avocado did that? And I'm going to clickbait everyone.
I'm going to make a really clickbaity thumbnail for this podcast, like I did for the RPG.
That was a good one.
The fuck that guy is.
That was a good one, and that actually got pretty decent traction for like what it was. It was just a clip of the podcast, and that was kind of a long segment too. Fuck that guy, by the way, RPG monger. But anyhow, so yeah, we did. After that, we talked about Sanic, which is why our good buddy Sanic's in the bottom right over there joining us.
I saw a screenshot that Sanic actually got referenced in the. I don't know how true that is, if that's just like Photoshop, or whatever. But I haven't seen Sonic yet. In my defense.
Yeah, so, we haven't either. I mean, neither of us. To be fair, I think both of us tried. It just wasn't in the cards.
I honestly did try, and I will show you my work schedule.
To be fair,
the past week of my work schedule, not my whole schedule for the rest of the week. Geez, but you will see. I tried. It just would not work.
To be fair, I don't know if I did try, but I knew early on it was going to happen because I had like just little things scheduled and like my time frames where I'm like, I could do it in this little window, and I'm like, I do not want to do it in that window. I'd rather watch it and have a good time, maybe like go out with a friend, like get something to eat before or after or whatever the fuck. I don't know, I just didn't want to rush and see it. And honestly, I thought it would suck. Apparently it's amazing. I still might not like it, but we'll save that topic for a little later on. But let's go on to some of the host BS. What have you been up to, Konaru?
Really just working.
Oh, you know what's hilarious? There actually is an outline for this podcast that I just realized. Konaru never actually keeps an eye on it because it's the same file location every time. But she probably thinks I'm winging all this. There actually is an outline. Anyways, go on. Working.
You're working.
You were saying something and I interrupted you. You work?
Oh, yeah, no, I was working. That's it.
Oh my God.
I can tell a work story if you want.
What would you do? Is it like retail fun where like, excuse me, ma'am, may I speak to your manager?
Oh, pretty much, actually. I'm not kidding.
Go on.
Okay, so this lady was being super, super sketchy and was like shuffling. She like took, you know how like purses have like stuffing to like keep the shape and everything?
Oh, yeah.
So she dumped out all the stuffing and was like shuffling around like makeup items into the purses, like trying to make it look like, ooh, would it fit in there or not? But you could tell she was like low-key trying to sneak it. So, I see her and I go to her and I'm like, hi, how's everything going? Usual customer service BS. And she's like, oh, it's going good. I'm not too sure what purse I want. Like, she's trying to make it look like she's trying to look at, like, she's looking at multiple purses, by the way, but she tried to make it look like she was looking to, like, if she what purse she wanted, because she was apparently having such a hard time picking purses. And I tell her, oh, okay, did you need any help with taking out the stuffing? Because I noticed you took it out. And like right off the bat, I just wanted her to stop like what she was doing, like just shuffling items into there. So I came up with like a bullshit excuse, and I was like, it is just pretty bullshit. And in my defense, it was not the best like decision I made out of the whole situation, which made it worse for me. I told her, well, it's our store policy that, we don't take out the stuffing because it's going to lose shape and everything, and we just want to make sure the purses aren't damaged or anything. So she's like, okay, well, I want to talk to your manager then, like, right away, because I said that. Yeah. she's like, I know that's not your policy, and I worked in retail. Like, she was one of those. I worked in retail for da 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 da. So you can tell already, like, she was bullshitting. But anyways, I get my department manager, because she didn't specify if she wanted like a store manager or anything like that. So, mind you, my department manager is actually around my age. She's actually younger than me, by like a year. And she comes over, she's like, hi, what's up, and everything. And she's like, oh, I know you're not the manager. I want a real manager.
So TLDR, did she get anything out of this? Because I always hate the kind of stories.
I mean, she didn't
what are you doing over there? It's like you're ASMRing with the mic.
Oh, sorry. No, I was listening to my cord. Okay, she technically got away with it, but not with the items.
Oh.
Because, like, right as they were transitioning to get, like, a higher up manager, air quotes, she, like, dumped all the items out. They caught her on camera doing it, but since she didn't steal anything, it's like, we can't really do much. And and she was like, oh my god, that associate over there was so rude to me. She was telling me, and and like, you need to fire her. She was so rude, and like, all my managers know me that I give like one of the best customer services in the whole store. There's a reason why. They hired me in the first place, actually, and they were like, nah, she was bullshitting. Just ignore her. But they did warn me that, like, don't make up policies like that, because then people like that's how they get away and everything, and that's how they pin it on you. Which, in their defense, like, yeah, no, I totally agree with that. It was really uncalled for me to do that. But, the fact that she got away with, like, almost stealing something, it kind of just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, like, real fast, like, I know you hate when I pick up Party City, but real fast, I
hate Party City so much.
I remember there was a Halloween one time where somebody had a mask, and we did used to stuff some of the masks, like, like a full latex mask, and we did used to stuff some of them just so that, they would look nice and bulbous. And I don't know why they thought we wouldn't check, but a customer had, like, shoved a ton of other more expensive masks into the mask, and then, like, covered it up by, like, a bit of the stuffing, like, just, like, balled of plastic. And then, like, I noticed it right away. I'm like, this thing feels, like, weirdly, like, heavy. And I'm like, what the fuck's in here? And I open it up, and there's, like, these, like, $50, like, Michael Myers masks, and, like, Halloween 2 was new at the time, and, like, there was, like, a Hellraiser mask, and they're like, what the hell? Like, she managed to shove, like, 4 or 5 other masks. And then for those following along at home, the obvious reason why you would buy that one mask is you come back and return that one, and you got all the masks you wanted for free. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But I don't know. I've mentioned this also before. The more ballsiest, I've seen some really ballsy thieves, like, at Party City. People more than once would just walk out the store with, like, carts. And it's like, what do you really do? And it's almost like, a shock and awe thing. They just, like, fill up a cart, just walk out. And depending.
Okay, that reminds me of, like, so many other work stories I already have. But I mean, like, we could do, like, a whole retail experience.
We'll stop right there. Just to give a little coda to that one is, like, typical retail bullshit. Like, most customers know, like, oh, go during, like, 11 a.m. There'll probably be, like, 2 or 3 employees in the store, and they'll be tired or busy or something, So that's exactly what happened. It's like, oh, nope, nobody. Even if somebody was able to, it's like, oh, nobody was really able to go after them, even if we wanted to. And then, I hate to break it to, like, potential thieves out there, but for good reason, mind you. Most stores have a don't chase them policy for, realistically, it's for their own asses, for insurance reasons if you get hurt. But on paper, it's also like, oh, don't get yourself into danger, call the police, whatever the hell. So most of the times, if you're ballsy enough to just do that, get the fuck out, and you're lucky enough that nobody, like, catches you, like, gets good information to the police or whatever, you're pretty much golden at most big retail stores, because no one's really gonna bother with you. But anyway, with me, I don't know, nothing really too big. I worked a lot. I was gonna talk about the thing about Justify, but I don't feel like talking about that anymore. I'm over that story. TLDR, one of the big highlights of my weekend, which tells you how boring my weekend was that I discovered that somebody who writes for another site does not know the term justified. Which I don't know if you know, Konaru, but I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. Do you know what it is by chance?
Do what?
Do you know what the term justified means?
Ye-
When it comes to typesetting.
In what context? Is that for? Are you talking about your post? That
Yes.
on Facebook? I don't even know what the fuck you even mean by that.
Okay, well, TLDR, like for anyone watching, justified means that it's aligned, perfectly on the left and the right. You see it a lot in books. You see it a lot in some websites. Now the thing is, it used to be really popular to use online back in the day when websites were just like tiny text, like in tons of text. But you don't want to do it anymore in this day and age because if you're on a mobile device, which most people want to see view the internet on, it might display badly because like now you have 3 words on a line and they're really spaced out. So you typically don't want to do that anymore. And I saw an article with it, and I commented to a friend who apparently wrote it. I didn't know at the time. I'm like, why? I think I'm telling the story, even I said I wouldn't. I'm like, why is this justified? It looks so terrible. And he's all like, well, it was a dating article. And he's like, well, I think consent is proper, like, in whatever, in this modern times. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I agree with you. But why is this justified? And he's like, I'm saying again, consent this, consent that. I'm like, dude, you don't know what justified means. I'm like, I'm not talking about content. I'm saying it looks like shit because it's justified. Anyway, that was my justified story. And I come to find out a lot of people don't know what that word means. And that's shocking to me. Fun fact, if you go to the A to J site, we used to justify the articles back in the day. So if you go back to some of our archives 2014, they were all justified. I think that stopped around 2015. But anyways, other news. I watched the Joker JAV parody, which came out yesterday.
And, oh, you did?
Yeah, and I might upload that to our YouTube. Our YouTube? No, not to YouTube. I mean, I can't believe I said that. I might upload it to our A to J drive, and maybe one of us will review it, and we'll talk about it next week. I
want to review it.
I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I'll upload it. And we'll go from there. But I just want to point out, everyone. Oh shit! I forgot the catalog number already, but it's out. If you go back to the podcast we had 2 weeks ago, I mentioned the catalog number. Oops. Let's move on to the actual show. So let's talk about some idol graduations. Your homie's graduating.
Oh, no. Moeka from NGT is graduating.
Oh, you know what? I saw that. I have no idea who that is.
I know who that is. I actually liked her, but then like I canceled her because of what happened with Maho. I canceled everyone in GT48, honestly.
Oh, okay, she's from NGT. See, I mean, I don't know why in my head I kept hearing HKT. But yeah.
Because there's like another Moeka in HKT.
That's just confusing as fuck. But anyway.
There's like 4 or 5 Moekas in 48G, and maybe like a few more in 46.
Well, we're all fast on some other graduations. Miyamoto Karen is graduating. Oh, it covered my face. Is graduating from Juice Juice. Oh
man, press F for Paida.
No, it's insane because I remember back in she was the first. I mean, okay, when Juice Juice first formed, it was around the time when I still like really cared about Hollow Project, when like A to J was kind of starting to come up around that time as well, and I remember thinking that like everybody was talking about her. I had no idea who she really was, but I remember she had a part in that Reborn musical, and like everybody kept saying like, "Oh, she's gonna be in a group soon. She's gonna be in a group soon." And then when Juice was announced, of course, she was there, and she was so important to the group. I don't know how much you remember this, Konaru, but like she got injured like right away, and they performed with her in a chair.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was so unheard of back then. Like back then, like Aika Matsui was hurting her like fucking foot every other day, and she would just sit out the tour. But it's like you can't just make her sit out because she basically is Juice Juice at the time. Karen was, so they were just like And it wasn't like, and some people have done this, like Takashi Ai. There was a point where she was injured in Morning Musume, and they had her stand to the side, but they would still put her in the center. She was like that important. They would just sit her down, plop her down on a chair, or later on she would just stand. They would just plop her down, and she just like couldn't move, and everybody would just dance around her. It was insane. I found that so insane to me that that she was that important. We had the pleasure of interviewing her. I met her briefly, like at the interview. I mean to say, in Taiwan 2 years ago. So R.I.P. to her. Press F in the chat, boys, because she's gone. She's apparently gonna go solo, but for those who don't know, that's usually code for just like she's not going anywhere. For everyone who says that, I don't think she's that big to make it solo. She's not Irie or whatever. So maybe I'll eat my words. Come back to me next year and we'll see what happens. But she graduates in fall. The other big one. I'm scared to delete things. Last time I deleted the background. The other big one is is Tomoka. I can't say her name. Hold on. Yeah, Igari Tomoka. Tomoka is her first name. I should. For those who don't know, mixing up Japanese name order is my thing, so ignore me. But she is the member of Carmen Joshi's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And for those who don't remember, we kind of covered this last year. I think it was last year. It was definitely over a year ago. There was a typhoon or something like that, and a sign had fallen over and like landed on her. And in a crazy freak accident, she ended up becoming paralyzed below the waist, and she continued to be an idol. And honestly, that was amazing in and of itself, but it really revitalized Kamen Joshi because nobody was really cared. Like, what's her name? The one who was really big for a while. The member, can't remember her name. She had her own YouTube channel that was like going viral left and right. And we used to talk about her, Kamiya Arena. It was around the time she had left Kamen Joshi. So remember those days of the podcast, Konaru? Gosh, that's a blast.
Oh my god, where we had like what was the segment we had
about WTF Kamiya Arena?
Like a YouTube video. Yeah, you watched like her best YouTube video of the week or whatever.
I can't believe. And remember that time when you and Tiffany didn't want to do it, and I got so mad at you guys.
That's hilarious.
I'm still mad. That was the first thing I remembered was that 1 week where you guys wouldn't do it, and I was so mad. Anyway,
there was no reason to get that mad either.
I got so mad. You want to do that fucking Peppa Pig thing? And the funny part about that was is that I was so mad at Tiffany because that Peppa Pig thing, but yet when like what's her name Ren was on like a week later or 2 weeks later, we did the Peppa Pig thing on the podcast, and we had a good time with it. But for some reason, I was so against it when Tiffany brought it up, and like I think I was just mad about that we didn't do the segment. Because I was back when the podcast was super structured.
The video we picked for that week was like really freaking dumb and boring.
Well, yeah, she had off weeks because like not every week because she like smashed tiles with her butt or whatever the fuck she did, or or like jump in the slime or whatever. Or
I just remember us. What do you call it? Like harassing you so much into the page.
That's so mean.
Like it was so we were convincing you so much to do it.
I just noticed answer the chat. Hey, what's up? But yeah, like oh my god, I can't. I'm still so mad about that. Like I said, I'm mad about it still. Like I brought it up, and I'm still upset. And I remember like we were gonna do it the next week, and then you still didn't want to do it. And I was like, and nobody knows because we weren't live. But whatever the next week's episode was, I started it mad because you refused to do it. I'm like, just record it. And you're like, no, we're not going to record it. We're not doing it, man. You'll get over it. Oh my god. Anyway, Kamiya Arena eventually did graduate from Kamen Joshi, kind of quietly, to be honest. Like she just like, I'm out, and she left. And they rebranded her YouTube channel to something else these days. I don't even watch it. But
she's just like a regular YouTuber now.
Yeah, but Igari Tomoka kind of I don't want to say this happened like at the. It's horrible to happen. Let me put it like that. But her deciding to become an idol, I mean, to remain an idol, came at a really good time for Kamen Joshi, because it really like pushed them into something different. They put her front and center. They really supported her, which is great. But I've always felt that they were almost using her. And I even mentioned that on the panel we did. We did a panel a couple months ago to ALA, and I even mentioned it then that I felt like they were just using her. That they would just like bring her out to be like, hey, look how inclusive we are. Because Common Jokes is always kind of like that weird group where like they're always doing things to try to get like Western eyes to notice them. Like the MAGA shit and like the Delta Airlines bullshit.
Oh my god, never forgetty.
Oh my god, the fucking MAGA thing was, and that the MAGA thing was stupid because like it was just a song that they subtitled the MAGA stuff, had nothing to do with it. But anyway, she announced graduation. She's also leaving in the fall. I think she has a date for like September something, 19th or something. She's gonna go solo. I feel that she has a much better chance of going solo. I'm also pretty sure she's leaving her agency, leaving LS Project and everything. And in her statement, it was something to the lines of, "Oh, I don't want to keep being like pushed forward by my friends, you know, in a common Joshi and so on," almost implying, maybe I'm just reading too far in between the words, but almost implying that it's what I said, that like maybe she realizes that they were being used as well. I mean, she was being used as well.
That's so sad if that's the case.
I mean, I can't remember the name of that new song, something Cutter, the one that came out with like 2 months ago, or the newest song. And in that one, she's the center of the dance, and obviously she kind of has to be. I mean, just because she's in a wheelchair, but they really focused on her. Like there were dance moves where they were like go together and they reveal her, and I'm like, oh my god, they're just really hamming this up. And there comes a point. I don't know if this is controversial to say or not. I don't think it is, but there comes a point when like you're no longer like giving somebody with disability the opportunity to do something, where you're just exploiting the fact that you have somebody with a disability in your establishment group, what have you. And I feel like
yes, Manuel, be woke.
I mean, it's true. It's like if they really want to include her, they probably could have just put her as one of the other, you know. I understand making her the center because it would be awkward positioning wise, where she would always be lower. But they literally had parts of the dance that centered around the fact that like, look at the wheelchair girl, and I mean that as fucked up as like that's the way I felt. Like, dude, she's a person too. Stop, like, she's not just a wheelchair for like a wheelchair idol. But anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna shut up because I'm probably gonna like you can probably cut that up in a way to cancel me. So I'm gonna shut up right there.
I'm gonna cut it up to get you canceled.
Is that gonna be like that one Simpsons episode we did an interview about like touching the girl's butt or whatever, and it all got cut up in a way where it made it sound like he did it on purpose? Yeah, you're gonna do that to me too. That was
I didn't even know that episode, but okay.
It's a very famous episode where he eats the gummy.
Since this is pretty boomer.
Oh, okay. I will admit that kind of is, but everyone knows The Simpsons. That you can't say
That's
that.
why it's so boomer.
Everyone knows The Simpsons.
That's why it's boomer.
And I'm talking good Simpsons too. Like the first, like I think that was probably a season 3 episode. So I'm talking good Simpsons before like went to shit like season 8 or 9, what people say it did. But anyway, watch it. The Gummy Venus de Milo. You have the fucking Disney Plus, don't you? I'll send you.
My mom and dad do.
Oh my god! I'll send you the episode link later, or like the episode number. So, moving on. Are we talking about I'm gonna pull it up for you see anything. Are we talking about Nikocado Avocado after all?
We're not gonna talk about Nikocado Avocado. I was just joking, but I just want to point out the fact that you didn't believe he was a real person.
No.
Because of his name alone.
It's a stupid name. No,
it is a stupid name.
Real fast, I'll say this. I actually did know of him. It turned out because like a YouTuber I watched was talking shit about like how he does mukbangs. I'm not gonna tell everything because I actually don't even know why Konaru is like was interested in talking about him. But I'll just mention it
because a T channel I watched did videos on him, and I was like, wow, I'm interested. Sign me up.
For the record, the one I watched is a gaming channel, and they were just talking about like it was just somebody going on about how they don't understand the mukbang like thing, and they were.
I don't understand it either. Like, I know it came from like Korea or China. I'm not too sure where. I know it originated in like Asia, but
at the very least, what I could stand about his videos, and I watched a couple right now before we started. At the very least, like him and some others who talk while they do it, that's cool. Have you ever watched the ones that are not only mukbang, but they're also ASMR?
Oh, those are the worst.
And it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
I know what you mean.
It's just like lip smacking and like licking. I can't do it because like, you know, popping the fingers in their lips and everything like that. It's like that over and over. And then they don't say a word. And half the time you don't really see the full face. It's just like, you know, it's kind of awkward. And I'm like, say something. Turn your mic down too. But no, they'll just be like, but like more ASMR, which is a little more slower. And I'm like, whose thing is this? And they have like millions of views, millions of subs. So apparently they're on something I don't understand. So whatever. But TLDR, somebody was talking about they don't understand mukbang things. I remember H3H. I don't think they talked about Nikocado Avocado, but H3H used to talk about had a segment on mukbangs as well, and talking about the same thing I was. How it's just so weird when they don't say anything. But the person I watched wasn't H3H, but he was saying how Nikocado Avocado is weirder because like in recent videos he's been like, I don't know if you've seen recent videos, maybe this guy just saw it recently, but he's been like breaking down during them. And like there's actually compilations on YouTube that I ended up discovering before the podcast began, where he's just like digging into wings or whatever that out of nowhere, just like he stops, takes a deep breath, and just starts sobbing. And I'm like, what the actual fuck is this? So yeah, I don't know. Also, used to be vegan. Like gained a ton of weight doing these mukbangs, and then starts uploading videos where he's all like, I'm gaining weight, I don't know why. And I find that part wildly amusing. Anyway, let's move on. Anything else you want to add? I love how this is your topic.
I just liked how you didn't believe he was a real person based off his name.
Well, I love how this is your topic, and I'm the one who did all the talking about it.
Well, thank you, because I'm lazy.
You lazy son of a... Anyway, by the way, we're still waiting for Teepu. Where the fuck is he? Somebody nudge him.
I'll nudge him. Nudge.
Speaking of which, we're moving on to our main topic for the night. Sanic.
Sanic actually made a cameo in the Sonic movie.
No, now what's funny is, no, talk about boomer memes. I used to find this
meme. This is not boomer.
This is like such an old school meme. This is a meme from like, I don't even know how long. Like this meme.
Sanic is not boomer. You're a boomer.
This is like a 7, 8-year-old meme. This is a boomer meme.
That's not boomer.
It's like those boomer memes where it's like, this book doesn't have a touch interface or whatever. Gotta go fast. No, when it's a thing that like people older than myself will post, or like my parents would understand, it's a boomer meme.
You're a boomer.
Your face is a boomer. Anyway, Sanic. Oh, I need to change the thing at the bottom. So in honor of Sonic the Hedgehog the movie coming out, which neither of us have seen, hopefully eventually Teepu shows up and he'll give us his 2 cents. We should have got Sylvia on. Well, she said no, but we should have got Sylvia on because I saw on her Instagram or Twitter, where the fuck I was like trolling her on, that she did like a casual, like a closet Robotnik chord when she went to go see it.
Dude, I saw that. I was like, bitch.
I'd have my browser closed, or I'd go steal that picture real fast. But I'm gonna put that in the corner. I'm gonna put like in the empty box that Teepu never shows up in the thumbnail. It's gonna be Sanic and Sylvia. But also, if you go to our YouTube channel, it's actually a separate video. If you go, like, there's only like 4 videos in it, but there's a separate playlist where we have like Ultra Podcast Z's greatest hits and misses. And it's like clips that I cut out of the podcast.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Don't do that, Konaru.
I have to.
Turn your fucking camera on then. But
No.
I remember when we did. I don't know if it was on this podcast, if it was on the ill-fated Overseas Idol one. But I remember Julianne did that. She did the whole song and everything during one of them. But
Yes.
but what was I saying before that? Sylvia. Oh, Sylvia. On that greatest hits and misses thing, there's a clip of Sylvia reading the lyrics to the old Sonic movie. The My boyfriend a pencil. What those lines were. You remember?
No.
You really don't. It was the first time we ever had her on too. But she
I don't
started.
remember. That was like a long time ago too.
Actually, it wasn't the first time we had her on. 'Cause the first time we had her on was that time when like our camera sucked, but we still use Skype. But
Oh, we use Skype. Ew.
for the record, I still say like every I don't know. Once again, they're probably sponsored, but every other like huge YouTuber uses Skype, and you see it on TV all the time. When like someone's getting a call, it's like that do 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 do. The Skype ringtone.
Shane Dawson does.
Yes. Oh, that fucking Skype ringtone. Whenever I hear it, it like drives me insane. But yeah. So, anyways, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is out now. Everyone knows the stories about like they redid the thing, the fucking what do you call it? The animation for Sonic, the design. That's what I'm looking for. The design for Sonic. Um, I love how nobody cares anymore. But let's not forget that the company that redid the design, that like worked like their asses off to get it done in time, were all laid off the next day, and that's insane. And nobody talks about that anymore. But I'm bringing it up because just shout out to the to corporate America being a bunch of assholes. But anyway, um, we haven't seen it, so wait for a review. I will reiterate what I said last week is that I can't stand the fact that they fucking made it in the world in like modern times, the Earth. I wish it was actually took place. I hate that this happens to every movie, especially video game ones. I hate they have to include Earth in it. I wish they would just include the video game world and that's it. This should take place on like whatever the fuck. What was the place called in one of the cartoons? It always had a name like Robotopia, or the fuck it's called. But just take place there. I don't know why they did do that. Like, it would make more sense. And make it a furry movie. Put in all of his buddies, and put in that one. Did you ever watch any of the Sonic cartoons besides Underground, Konaru?
I watched Sonic.exe, like the whole thing when it was on 4Kids. Like, I woke up every Saturday morning to watch an episode of Sonic.exe on 4Kids.
I actually never really watched Sonic.exe. That was when I was.
Are you serious? Like,
okay, I saw it a lot.
Why are you such a boomer?
Hold on, I saw it a lot in passing. Like, I had like nieces and nephews that would watch it, but the problem was that
there's always a problem.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of funny because like the other ones were a bit more like easier to dive into. They were like American produced. They were meant to be little compact thingies, but that one was like very anime, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't anime. It came from like Japan, but I just didn't like its aesthetics. I didn't like the storyline. We could all agree Underground was the best, though.
Underground was pretty good.
What I didn't like about Underground though was that all the characters were voiced by Jaleel White, aka like Urkel, aka the Sonic voice. He's like Sonic in like all the early cartoons, and I want to say a couple other things, but definitely those early cartoons. They're all voiced by Urkel, including the girl, which always throws me off. What's the girl's name? I can't remember any of the characters' names.
Sally.
What's her name? Sally?
No, wait, that's Underground. No, I'm talking about something. I'm talking about Sad AM. Oh my god.
No, Sally is a character from the other Sonic cartoon, isn't it?
Yeah, Sad AM.
By the way, she's the one that I was trying to say earlier, because she's the one that like all the memes are about, like, oh, she made me a furry, you know, like she's like naked, but I'm like they're all naked. But anyway, but it's like, have you ever seen those memes? It's like her, the bunny from Space Jam, and like I don't know who else, but it's always like it's like three characters, and they're like the ones who made me the ones I saw as a child made me a furry as an adult. Which, by the way, I still want to do that episode on furries because like I've actually been like, no, I don't say studying, but like
let's do it when
you didn't get Ren on.
Beast out.
Who?
Beastars when it comes out on Netflix. It'll come out next month.
Yeah, well, when it comes out, we'll talk to Ren. We'll get Ren on. I don't know how comfortable Ren will be just straight up be like, yeah, I'm a furry, but she said it before, so I can't remember if that was on the drunk. No, it wasn't the drunk one because it was on the normal one, wasn't it? I don't remember.
I guess.
But she was talking about. She even talked about like how some older guy was talking about like what is it, yiffing or whatever. But anyway, she didn't. I don't want to like besmirch her name. She was her friends. Apparently, she was too young to know what it was, and her friends were like, "No, no, Ren, let's get out of here," and they did. So that's the glory of telling stories. Partially, you barely remember that someone else told, because I feel like I told that badly. She'd probably be mad if she knew I did. But anyway, moving back to the topic here, though. I hate that the movie takes place like, you know, and let me actually put the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So I want to put what we're talking about here. I hate that it takes place in like modern times, and I hate that, and I especially hate Jim Carrey. I'm sorry.
Oh my god! Can we just like not mention your hate for Jim Carrey for once?
Well, I'll just say it that one time. I just don't like him. It's just, why do people like him? I'm like, I thought we all agreed that like his, if anything, he did like 4 or 5 amazing movies back in the day, and then has been crap since. Because everyone talks crap about like all of his like recent shit, and like most of them have been flops. But apparently, we all look back on him fondly because of this now. But I mentioned before, I couldn't stand any of his like Dumb and Dumber or like Ace Ventura bullshit character stuff. Obviously, everyone loves Truman Show, and everyone loves fucking whatchamacallit, The Mask, which I kind of I like The Mask. I don't think it's that great, but I like The Mask. I love Truman Show, and Man of the Moon was okay too. But when we talk about other movies, that's not really Jim Carrey being wacky anymore. It's just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, who's apparently a big asshole on set. So I don't know. I'm waiting for those stories to come out. But I'll withhold judgment until I watch the thing. So let's just move on. It apparently was well reviewed. Hopefully Teepu comes on and tells us about it. But I don't know.
I hope Teepu comes.
I know. Let's talk a bit about the games.
I like Sonic Riders. We need a Sonic Riders remake.
Okay, you know how you always talk shit about me about like, Manuel, stop talking about Jim Carrey. Stop talking about like Party City or James.
Party City one is more valid.
Stop talking about fucking Sonic Riders.
Why? It's so good.
No one likes that game.
Actually, a lot of people do. It's just their asses.
You know which one really sucked? It might have had a different subtitle or whatever the fuck it was, but like whichever the one that came out for the Kinect was, the one where you like controlled it with you.
Sonic Free Riders. We don't talk about that.
That one was shit. I bought that one,
shit, but we don't talk about that one. We talk about how great Zero Gravity was.
I bought all the Kinect games for like $1, and I felt like overpaid for most of them. But I bought them all for like $1 at Book Off, and I
Book Off.
I actually only played the Sonic one. I only played the Star Wars one. The Star Wars one is the amazing one where you do that solo song as Han Solo dancing, which is just what the fuck is going on. But no, that Sonic Riders game is shit. Like.
But can we talk about how great Zero Gravity was?
That's the Wii one, right?
Yes.
I have that one. I'm not gonna. I played it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie though. I don't really remember it. I remember the first Sonic Riders game.
What do you mean you don't remember it?
I don't remember it. It did not stick in my head. Mind you, this is also the time when like the first Sonic and Friends Racing, where the fuck it was, came out. Like not Team Racing. I actually don't like Team Racing. That's the new one. But Sonic
I hate Team Racing.
Because that one actually has a team, and I hate that whole concept. I'm like, why do I want to watch my other
That's why I like Riders, because it gives you the option of having a team, or you can play by yourself.
But as far as I remember, I might be wrong, but the other Sega, it's not even just Sonic games, like Sega something racing. That one actually, I think it's just like Mario Kart, like esque gameplay where just you and weapons and shit. But but yeah, I don't really remember the Sonic Rider Zero Gravity that well. I should have pulled it out and actually know exactly where that game's at.
Wait, I can look up my favorite video of Sonic Riders Zero Gravity.
To be fair, this is also the time. I don't know if you remember this that well when like there was like a million Sonic games coming out. Like,
I know, right?
And I'm not just exaggerating. There really were. Like, there was a point when you could even look this up. There was a point when Sega started delisting them because they wanted to get rid of the bad review scores because they just had so many out at once. They had like, remember the storybook collections where like Sonic was a knight and like.
Oh my god, I remember that one. I wanted that one so badly because I just really liked the concept of medieval stuff. Like, I was into that when I was a kid. And I wanted it was like they made a Sonic fan fiction reel for me.
No, a lot of them were. I will say this: there were a couple of good gems in there. Sorry, excuse me. Sonic Colors was amazing, and for some reason nobody talks about that one because it kind of got overshadowed by like Sonic Unleashed. Remember Sonic Unleashed? That was the one where he was a werehog.
Dude, okay, that one I loved it. You can't shit on that one in front of me because you know what? They had such 10 out of 10 promotion for it. They had a cartoon made. They had multiple little specials made for it, and it was wholesome and great. And you have no right to shit on me for it.
I don't know. I actually own all these games because I'm a dumbass, but there was just this period when like Sonic was just being oversaturated like market wise. There was the DS game, the one that was an RPG, the one that was a legitimate turn-based RPG called like Sonic Dark Brotherhood, I want to say. I'm not making these titles up. I actually think I got them all right so far. And then there was what was it? Oh, of course there was Sonic.exe, like which I actually kind of like. I don't know why everyone hates that game. Sure, it's buggy and it's shit, but so was Sonic Adventure. But everyone looks back on that okay. But yeah, there were a ton of games back then that were just like, I'm like, come on, guys. And there was it was kind of before that. But there was all those Game Boy Advance ones as well, like Sonic Advance and so on.
Oh, Sonic Advance is so good.
I remember Sonic Advance 2. That was like my favorite one. I played the fuck out of that game.
Dude, anything with Cream the Rabbit, that's my girl. Like, I freaking love her.
I don't know. But
the fact they didn't put her in like the Sonic Boom universe is tragic.
Oh, speaking of Sonic Boom, I'm so confused by that whole thing. Is that the one where they redesigned Sonic?
Yes, it's technically like a different universe. Also, can we talk about Sonic Rush?
Which one's Sonic Rush? I don't remember now. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you remember?
There's so many things going on in my head right now. I'm trying to remember what Sonic Rush was. Is that the Endless Runner?
Okay, well let's go back to Boom first. Go back to Boom.
Well, Boom is the one that Knuckles is like a dumbass, right? Like he's just like a big, like I'm
Knuckles. He's like a teddy bear now.
It's like he's all huge and muscly, kinda like like top heavy. He's like, I'm simpleton, kind of thing. And,
he's baby.
I don't know. I just I wasn't a big fan of Boom. The games were trash. And actually, I'm not gonna lie, I get the games confused because that was the same time they came out with Rise of Lyric. I don't know if that was actually a Boom game or not. Anyways, there were like 3 Sonic games.
That was part of the Boom series.
Well, there were 3 Sonic games that came out this time, and I forget which one. Oh, Lost World. I remember it's Lost World.
Yeah, Lost World.
Lost World is the one
that's It was Colors, Generations, and Lost Worlds.
But Lost World, I think, was not part of Boom, right? Or was that part of Boom?
No, that came after Boom.
Exactly. So I always get this confused, and I think Lost World was the one that was not as bad. Like it sucked too, but
Colors and Colors Generation. Okay, well, Colors and Lost World were like super super good, and then Generations was just to get like the old fags to shut up.
The boomers. I kind of like Generations, but like I felt like its shtick was a little old, which is funny because when Sonic Mania,
the shtick was to appease the boomers. That's literally what it was.
No, if you want to talk about really appeasing the boomers, it's Sonic Mania. Um,
Yeah, Sonic Mania 2. That appeased the boomers.
there comes to be a point when you're no longer homaging an older game when you're just remaking it, and I felt like that game really ran that line really close. Um, Sonic Forces actually was another game I didn't think was as bad as people made it out to be. That was when you can make your own OC. Um,
Oh yeah, OC game. I love it.
Everyone hated that one because of that, but
Oh,
I'm
I should
okay.
buy that. Oh my god, I have a Switch.
What was your OC called? I forget her name, but she was just like a recoloring of
It
like
was Bella the
It
Rabbit,
was the
and
recolor of
I'm
Cream.
actually gonna if I buy this game, I'm actually going to remake her.
It's just a recolor of Cream, isn't it? Just admit it.
Yes, it's a recolor of Cream because Cream was my favorite, but you know what? We're not gonna talk about that.
That's pathetic. I'm just kidding. That's fine. But
Okay, legit, I'm gonna buy it right now.
oh my god, I've never actually was into like the Sonic fanfiction thing, but apparently there was a whole universe. I'll put a link below. But there's a YouTuber named Wang I really like, who was talking about the underground like fan fiction universe. People just were like creating scripts to like future underground episodes, and I don't know. I don't know. I remember Max really likes Underground too, because like Underground was the one they had songs, right? Like every episode had a song, and they were
Yes,
like the cheesiest things ever.
Because Underground was like Sonic and his little band or whatever. I think some of them were like his siblings. I don't remember exactly, but like I know he had a band in it, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, rock stars, so cool, gotta go fast."
Oh man. Speaking of Sonic ones, I remember like there's a lot of good Sonic theme songs. Like I'm not about to try to sing it here, but the Sad AM one was really good. The that like
Sadiam is amazing. Also, I'm buying this. It's $9.99.
oh what the fuck? That's cheap as fuck. Sounds about right though. Um oh shit, I opened up the internet. Fuck, it's gonna slow down my thing. Um what was I getting at? Fuck, I can't remember what to say. Uh Sonic Sad AM. Yeah, the shows are good. Uh Speaking of the games, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, the games. I will say, and I will admit this is very true, they got a little crazy with Sonic's pals, or so to speak. Like every animal was represented basically, and they represented like overrepresented in some cases. Um, there was Knuckles and his friend that had like an alligator and had a bee, and then I've always felt, and you might hate me for saying this, I always felt that Amy Rose and Cream the Rabbit were interchangeable as far as I was concerned.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like their character, and I know there's a huge difference, and somewhere out there there's a Sonic fan who's like, actually, their characters are completely, and I know they are, but to me, they felt like they could have been the same character. You could have, for the longest time, I thought they were the same character. I thought Cream the Rabbit was Amy when I was first playing like the advanced games. I'm like, oh look, it's Amy. Who's Cream?
The reason why I remember Amy is not only because she was pink and I'm a girl, and was because like she had a thing for Sonic, and I
Yeah.
thought that was cute.
I used to think she was his sister, and that really confused me for a while.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I legit thought that. Like, some millennial porn shit going on right there. But I used to think that that was his sister, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are you obsessed with him? Um, but no, then obviously, like at some point, I understood it. After playing Sonic Adventure the millionth time. Um, Speaking of Sonic Adventure, I hated the way the game was structured, where you kind of had to beat it with everyone, because I used to hate fucking Big the cat. You would fish. His whole shtick was he would fish. And to this day, I mean, obviously, something's probably wrong with me. I wasn't playing well. I've never caught anything in that game. I said this before in the podcast with Sylvia. I've never caught a damn thing in Sonic Adventure. So, fuck Big the Cat.
I like Sonic Heroes. I finished Sonic Heroes when I was hospitalized because they
Yeah.
had it for free, and like because you know how like at some kids hospitals they have like donated games and whatever, and you can play and you just run out of system. Yeah, I finished Sonic Riders and or not Sonic Riders, Sonic Heroes. when I was hospitalized one time. It was
Oh,
pretty fun.
oh wow! Like I played it. I never finished it. I still have it for like the GameCube or whatever the fuck it was. I had it for. I think I also had it for PS2, but I had it for the GameCube, and I remember playing it, and I kind of liked it. For those who don't know, Sonic Heroes is the one where you had like a trio, and it was like
Yeah.
Sonic. It was Sonic, and like okay,
Team Hero, Team Dark,
yeah,
Team Rose,
and like
Team Chaotix.
each one had like a flyer, a speed, and a strength character, if I'm not
Power.
mistaken. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the mechanics, and obviously
You have to switch them out
yeah,
to what will help you out in the situation.
it was pretty legit. I just remember like I just remember for some reason not really getting into it, and also similar to Sonic Adventure. I think that was also the one you had to like beat it with everyone to kind of unlock all the big shit.
Yeah, you have to what do you call it? Complete all the stories to unlock like the end.
Which, to be fair, is kind of like the thing of all the later Sonic games of that era, like the post-adventure games. But I just wasn't feeling it. Speaking of other ones, I actually forgot all about this one, so I'm thinking about it right now. Shadow the Hedgehog. That was when...
Oh my god, my edge boy.
Yeah, he was edgy, and he had a gun. And it was
he
like...
had a gun.
It was so bad. It was like Sonic with a gun. And, yeah, that game was bad. See, the thing is,
okay. I'm getting like flashbacks to the opening or like the opening video for the game. It's the most edgy video I've ever. It's like they took inspiration from a fanfic and just went with it.
and what's really bad is that was the one where like I think he was like in love with like Robotnik's daughter, if I'm not mistaken, was the plot, or someone's daughter, and there was a love story going on too with the human, which also kind of predates that weird love story that Sonic had with that princess from that one kingdom in Sonic 06.
Oh, in Sonic 06? Can we talk about Sonic 06?
Okay, I mentioned it briefly earlier. I actually didn't. It's funny. It's funny bringing them both up together. I think Shadow and Sonic 06 are just as buggy and as annoying as each other. Sonic 06 has some really slow parts, but they're both as buggy and bullshitty as ever. But for some reason, Sonic 06 is the one that gets all the flack, and I don't know why. Um, I don't know. I liked it. I played it. I didn't beat it, but I got very far in it. Most people who play it only play the first level and give up, from my understanding. I don't know. Have you played it?
Oh, hold on, I'm trying to get it right now. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, Konaru. No,
I'm actually getting this. I've been wanting to play it, but I have no Switch until now.
no, it's funny because like the Sonic 06 is the one. I mentioned this actually last week when we were talking about the movies that everyone hates. Because I was
Yes, 50% off. It's $9.99.
Oh my god! All because of Sonic sale is some bullshit. But I was talking to, I was talking about. I mentioned this last podcast. I'll give you the really fast version. Because we were talking about Dragon Ball Evolution, and I mentioned how I liked the movie. I don't think it's great, but I like the movie, and how most people who I know who hate it have never actually seen it. And I feel like Sonic 06 is that in video game form. Because most people I know who hate it have never played it. They only know it's shit, quote unquote. They only know it's bad because XX YouTuber told them, "Oh, this game's the worst
Because
game of all
Game
time."
Grumps said so.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the only reason. And they've never played it themselves. Don't get me wrong; it's not great. It's not gonna. Actually, I think the graphics are amazing. Cutscene wise, obviously the in game is whatever, but for that generation, they were still good. The graphics are great. The gameplay is kind of shit, but do people forget what Sonic in 2006 was? That was kind of the norm. That's the way the games played. They just played buggy, and everyone accepted it. Everyone accepted that bullshit when it was in Sonic Adventure, but for some reason, everyone just forgets about it. But mind you, Sonic Adventure was a little more polished than 06 was, but still. 06 had a crazy storyline though. And I remember, not to spoil it, but it happens kind of early on. Sonic dies, and there's like a time travel
Sonic
plot.
fucking dies.
There's like a weird time travel plot also. Most people don't know this because they don't play that far. And there's like a legit quasi will they won't they love story with the princess of Soliana. I don't know if I think that was the name of the country. I think was that her name or the country's name? It's been a while. Remember, it's Soliana, and but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people hate that game. And for the record, nobody even knows this because nobody plays that far. But you play as other characters. Um, there's a gray hedgehog. Whatever the fuck his name is. Is it gray? I don't remember his name.
Silver the Hedgehog, for your information.
I was close. I said gray, but yeah, this is Silver the Hedgehog is a playable character there, and there's also multiple storylines in there. But nobody ever gets that far. It's a good game. People should play it and actually play it. And don't get me wrong, if you hate it, then you can say you hate it. But in my experience, nobody, or at least everyone I know who's played it now, who says they hate it now, I mean to say, has not actually played it. And I think even Teepu's one of them. Teepu's like, oh, that game was trash. I'm like, have you played it? He's like, no, I have it though. And I'm like, but you played it. Like, you don't know. Anyways, but yeah, you put it best. Game Grumps said it was bad, so it has to be bad.
The Game Grumps said it was bad.
I remember Game Grumps said the Contra 3 was bad or it was too hard to play. I'm like, dude, I used to beat that my friend all the fucking time. But whatever. YouTubers, gaming YouTube is a weird place. So yeah, 06 is not that bad.
I played 06 after when I was in the hospital. It was like it wasn't the time I played Sonic Heroes. It was another time when for another surgery. Yeah, I tried playing it and I was like, man, this game's so hard, but I want to play it and I'm sad, and I stopped playing it because like I just couldn't get through some parts. But mind you, I was a kid too, so it's like I didn't understand really how bad 06 was.
I remember that. Well, there's a really just real fast. There's a really famous AVGN video that everyone talks shit about. Angry Video Game Nerd video where he plays it, and he gets to a point, and he's one of those people where he doesn't want to read dialogue, so he's pressing A through all the dialogue, right? And he skips the option that tells him how to save the game, okay?
No.
So he doesn't read it, and he thinks the game autosaves or whatever the fuck. So he plays the first level and keeps dying. And when he dies the last time, there's no save to go back to. So he has to restart the game from like the opening cutscene, the opening next cutscene, that little bit of gameplay, then the more cuts, that bullshit. And he got so mad. He's like, this game's trash. And thank God people in the comments pointed it out. I'm like, dude, you're a dumbass. You're one of those gamers who's like, I don't want to read. What's reading? This ain't a book, And he sped through all the dialogue and he missed the part. I'm like, you dumbass, I told you how to save. And he just skipped right over it. But anyway, that's I only brought that up because people still point that out too about like how the saving's weird, and I'm like, dude, it's like anyway, people are stupid. That's it. People are stupid. The game is kind of hard though. The game is hard, like for reasons said that. And also the reason they kept dying was because it was that part. It's early on, the part where they like jump from like the fins into the ocean or whatever, like the kill the whale thing. They skipped the part that told you how to play that part of the game, like holding the button. So they were just jumping and they kept dying, they kept falling off. And I'm like, oh my god, guys, like you guys skipped the part that told you how to save the game and then later told you how to play the game, and yet you're blaming the game. I don't know.
Game Grumps said it was bad.
Fuck Game Grumps. Isn't one of them canceled still or something? I don't know.
I thought they were both canceled. I don't know what's the situation with that.
I fucking can't stand Egoraptor. Like he's one of the. I can't stand a lot of gaming.
He's a grade A asshole, honestly.
He is, and I can't stand a lot of gaming YouTubers, and I can't stand a lot of the popular gaming YouTubers because most of them are like, they're the kind of people who make like misogynistic or anti-G jokes like for fun. That kind of gamer, you know the kind of gamer I'm talking about? And I'm like,
I know which one you're talking about.
There's that kind of gamer that is always like that. I'm like, dude, come on. It's like that's kind of the stereotype for the gamer person, and they just live it up. And I'm like, guys, come on. It's like, don't be this bad. It's like PewDiePie, but like just gaming, because PewDiePie does other bullshit. I don't know, and I don't know. Anyways, I hate them all. Fuck them all. Fuck Game Grumps. I go on record. Let me hashtag fuck Game Grumps. Put Game Grumps in the tag. Put them in the clickbait, the clickbait thumbnail. Game Grumps and the fuck is his name?
Where's Teepu?
Konaru Avocado. Fuck him too.
Like a avocado.
I said Konaru Avocado. But fuck him too.
Close enough. Where's Teepu?
I know. We're not almost done, but we're like
halfway done.
Yeah, we're pretty far into this. But anyways, moving on.
Okay. Just an update, I am currently downloading Sonic Forces, and in about 30 minutes I will begin the customization for my character.
Oh my fucking god. Also, now just I don't know Konaru's. I'm sure you've played them at the very least. I'm sure you're not old enough to play them back in the day. But just so we don't sound too like, oh, these people talk about the new games only. I did play the original Sonic games back in the day.
I did too, when I was baby.
Yeah, like I remember Sonic. I remember I hated Sonic 2 at the end.
I loved Sonic 2 because, can you guess why?
Tails?
Yes.
Exactly.
Tails was my favorite character until like Cream came out.
The problem with Tails to me was that if you were playing computer, if you're playing two players, first of all, Tails kind of sucks because he's like, he doesn't die and like, he's not a real second player. But if you plug a controller,
you suck too. But
shut the fuck up. But Tails sucks if you're just playing by yourself because he will get you to lose all your coins in the fucking bonus games with like the half pipe. Because his dumb ass won't won't like follow you perfectly and he'll hit the bombs. I've never been able to get the Chaos Emerald with him on single player mode. That said, what's I getting at here? The game was fun. I love that game until the end. Because I don't know if you remember this part, but you fight Robotnik at the very end. First, you fight Metal Sonic, and then you fight Robotnik. And Robotnik's this robot doing this with like these like metal, these like spike arms, and he has a very hard to hit hitbox, like above the arms on his belly. And Metal Sonic can only be hit on the forehead because like the rest of him is like the spikes that are like being like warmed up or whatever. And that level, first of all, it's its own level. You have to fight them one after the other. Has no coins, no rings. I should say, it's rings, not coins. Has no rings, so you have to do that perfectly. You can't take a single hit, or you have to do the whole thing again. And that annoyed the fuck out of me. And I eventually cheated and beat the game, but I remember game overing there so much that I was like, I am not going to play the rest of the game to get back there to try it again. And by cheating, I don't mean I got infinite lives or whatever. I just did the level select thingy and just went there and finished it. Because I'm like, I'm not going to like play the game again. Fuck you. I love Sonic 3. There's a part where I kept getting stuck in Sonic 3 where like during the casino level, I would get stuck because this thing would keep turning. And it wasn't until like literally like a couple years ago that I decided to Google it, and I found out how to get around that. And I was like, oh shit. Like I've been stuck in this game for like 20 years and I found out only recently how to beat it. But yeah, I played a bunch of those games. I played the Game Gear ones and other shit like that. So I'm old school. Fuck you all. Fuck you, Konaru.
Okay.
I played Sonic Riders.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I meant Sonic R.
Oh, I played Sonic R too.
Sonic R was the one where they're like running.
Okay, but if you didn't try the Tails doll curse,
oh my god,
it shows.
I knew you talking about this. Yeah, the Tails doll curse. That's
if
like,
you didn't try that, it shows. It just shows.
I actually have a small segment towards the end of this thing where I want to talk about the Sonic memes because that's its own thing. But yeah, the Tails doll curse. For those who don't know, it's like this like ragdoll thing of Tails. There was a past episode where I had it like staying in Konaru's box the entire time, like her little window on the podcast. I can't remember why. That episode was not about Sonic, but I think it was during one of the Halloween ones. We were talking about like
we were talking about like curse thing. Oh yeah, no, I was talking about my scary story, and my scary story included Tails doll because I tried the curse when I was a kid and I thought I believed it and I thought he actually showed up, but it just turned out to be my DVD player.
Oh my god. But that's Tails doll. Also, well, let's just move on to. I think we covered the games pretty well. I think. Let's talk a bit about Sonic memes because, first of all, before we talk about the memes themselves, there is a literal genre of Sonic meme games. Like,
wait, there were meme games? Like what?
Sonic.exe. The one where
I remember that.
He's all like, I don't even really call it a game. It's like, I am God.
More like a creepypasta turn game.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, it was a creepypasta first. Like, apparently somebody, like, booted up Sonic 3, and that game was the game that greeted him, and I think he died at the end or bullshit. And then somebody made that into a game. Yeah, you are right. I feel like I kind of know you're memed myself right there by not pointing out that it was a creepypasta first. But yeah, they did make it to a game where you run, and it's like, I think you keep dying or some bullshit, then the evil Sonic is there. Then it ends with the flashing screens like, I am God, or some bullshit. I'm trying to find that picture, actually. Oh, this is so stupid. I have a YouTube video playing out in the background this entire time. I just noticed it. Sonic.exe. I find the picture. Let me find a picture without a watermark. Ah, fuck it. This will do.
20 minutes and I can recreate Bella the Rabbit.
Oh my god. If we're still on for 20... Well, we'll be on for 20 minutes. But if we're still on until you're done. This is the thing, I am God. That was from Sonic.exe. And it's funny because it actually spawned an entire genre of itself called EXE games. There was obviously a Mario one that kind of just ripped the whole idea off. But then there were others that, how do I say it? There were others that were a bit more original in, like, its thing. And I think even the Sonic.exe had a couple sequels. But beyond that, there were also, like there were a ton of fan games, like, including, Five Nights at Sonic, something like that. Okay, I want to make sure I move the right one. But then again, Five Nights at Freddy's also spawned a billion versions. What are you doing, Konaru? You're like so silent over there.
Oh, I'm reading and I'm constant and I'm just impatiently waiting for Sonic Forces.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Also, there's like drama and I'm just reading up on it.
Stop reading up on drama. We're reading a podcast.
But the tea channels have the latest tea.
Is it about Jokocado Avocado?
No.
Stop reading about him.
You sound like a boomer every time you...
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose now. I'm being an ass. Is that boomer?
You sound like a boomer for doing it, though.
Your face is a boomer. Where is Teepu? Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna try to see if I can grab Teepu. Because, we're in the home stretch here. I think we have about, like...
Even if we can get him on for, like, 5 minutes, that'd be lovely.
Well, I want him on at the very least we could talk about the movie, you know? Anyway, moving on. There are other Sonic memes. Of course, there's Sanic, which is the one who's showing down the gotta go fast. I mentioned it earlier that was kind of the boomer meme because, like, everyone I know knows it. Isn't he part, even though it's the Dinky King meme, isn't he part of that meme where it's like, who's blue and collects rings and goes fast? And it's like, who is Dinky King? Isn't that the meme? Let me find it real fast. It's real meme hours, by the way. I would show you my browser while I look at the memes, but last time I did that, it wasn't on this podcast, it was on something else. Last time I did that, some of the suggestions were like oh shit. It's like, meme, and it's like porn. So I gotta be careful.
Oh my god.
Dinky King. Because I actually want to know because no one's in the chat right now, I think, to correct me. But I could have sworn the question was, yeah, this video game... Well, I'll just show the thing. And no one ever talked about the other part of it. Hold on. I'll just share the whole thing. Let me find it. Find it. This video game character is blue, collects rings, and goes fast. And one answer is, who is Denki Kang? But the other answer is,
oh my god, I remember that!
Who is Princess Zorlda? No one ever says Zorlda. Everyone always brings up Denki Kang, but no one ever brings up Zorlda.
Okay, but who are you? Are you Denki Kang or Princess Zorda?
I'm Denki Kang.
Princess Zorda.
Oh my god. So yeah, technically he's part of that meme too. I wanted to talk about Sonic Shoe, but I think that was the part.
Oh my god, Sonic Shoe, so underrated, honestly.
Now it's funny because like I saw a bunch of documentaries on Sonic Shoe like on YouTube. There's some really good ones. I recommend the. I'll put a link to it below too. I recommend the Down the Rabbit Hole. Fred Knudsen.
Oh, I love that channel.
Yeah, I recommend his video with Sonic Shoe is really good, and some of the other. Oh shit! The stream's done. What the hell happened?
Did it really?
Yeah, it's because that probably just connection. It'll come back.
Oh yeah, no, we're completely offline.
But last time I stopped and it started again, it came back on its own and then it stopped. So
there it is.
Yeah, so I'll give it a bit. Apparently some of that's just Twitch bullshit. It's nothing to do with me. I found out later on.
Okay.
Anyway, Sonic Shoe is Oh, anyway, the whole documentary's on it. Apparently, it's even been acknowledged by Sega at various points, so they're familiar with it, which is insane. Now, for those who don't know, Sonic Shoe is a creation of a person by the name of, who formerly is the name of Christian, who, if I'm not mistaken, has now since transitioned, has a completely different name. So I don't want to.
Yes.
So I don't want to speak more about them because I actually don't know enough about them now to speak about them. So I'm just going to dodge it entirely.
I do, but I just don't feel like it.
And to be honest, some of that's crazy off topic because like once you start talking about Christian and from there on, it becomes
it's just literally a rabbit hole.
Yeah, but it becomes not really about Sonic Shoe anymore. But
I mean, it does become about Sonic Shoe, but okay. I'm not going to say anything.
For those who don't know, Sonic Shoe is a fan comic created by this person, and they actually included a lot of the real life people in it. So
I know the origin story of Sonic Shoe, actually.
This is just Pikachu and Sonic.
Okay, so one day Christian was in school, and they had to do a thing for his computer class, like make an album or like a graphic or something, and he was like super into Sonic and Pokemon. And his teacher was like, we can't use copyrighted characters. And he created Sonic Shoe because he really wanted to put Pikachu and Sonic on his thing. So he mashed them together and he created like his own original thing, and his teacher accepted it.
That's weird.
And that's how Sonic Shoe and Rose Shoe and everyone else Shoe was born. Out of a homework assignment.
Well, it's an interesting thing. I'm not sure. You can still get them all online. I'm not sure if the website's still up, though. The OG website. I believe there's 10,
archives.
Yeah, there's like 10 comics. There's probably more since then, but there were 10 of the originals of Sonic Shoe, which is funny because there weren't that many comics for it to be this huge phenomenon. Real fast, by the way, I keep noticing in the camera, in case anyone's watching, they wonder why I keep looking over here and I'm leaning this way. I put my notes on this screen. So my dumbass keeps staring at that. Usually that screen used to be over here, and I would just look up. But I apologize for looking off camera, and I'm the only one on camera, and I'm the one who won't look at it. So sorry about that. I'll try to just look straight ahead. But yeah, Sonic Shoe. It's funny he mentioned that because he would put a lot of his original characters in there. There was a girl he liked that he put in there. There was like teachers he hated that he put in there. And the whole thing just got crazy. Like, and there was like, anyways, he included a lot of his IRL stuff in there, and then his online persona also drew in a lot of trolls, as that kind of thing does. And yeah, I don't know. It's funny because like Sonic Shoe like merchandise is a thing, and I used to always think that there was him, but apparently people just make it, and part of me feels really bad because I'm like, I don't think he gets a dime from all this shit. Like I can go buy a Sonic Shoe keychain like right now that I'm pretty sure just some person from Deviant Art did. But then again, part of me feels like this is just part of the zeitgeist, so to speak, because Sonic Shoe, I'm sure, can't really be copyrighted on its own, because as Konaru mentioned, it's a derivative character. But then again, it's also a parody, which is protected by fair use. I don't know. Anyways, Sonic Shoe.
Sonic Shoe's a thing.
We could do a whole podcast on that. There are actually YouTubers who have done like 20 to 40 part video series chronicling the
just
entire.
On the Christian saga, yeah.
Have you? I've watched. There was I don't remember his name anymore. I'm not going to link him because some of his shit's just stupid.
There's like fucking college style video essays on Christian. It's ridiculous.
Well, she is quite the colorful figure, for the record. So like, yeah, no matter how you cut it, Christian's quite the colorful figure. So yeah. I'll just leave it at that because, like I said, this thing is a rabbit hole, and parts of it I feel are out of the scope to talk about for a lot of reasons I'm not even going to go into. But Sonic Shoe is a meme, and Sonic Shoe is a thing, and there was a point when they were talking about like, oh, the Gold Sonic, which of course is what's the Gold Sonic's official name? The Chaos Emerald Sonic. Whatever that Gold Sonic. Super Sonic. There you go.
Jeez.
Super Sonic Racing, like the song is. But anyways, so yeah, Super Sonic. At one point they're like, oh yeah, the Super Sonic thing, and there was like some person saying like, oh, you mean Sonic Shoe at E3, and that clip went everywhere, and I was like, oh shit, like Sega's talking about Sonic Shoe, but yeah. I don't know. I love Sonic Shoe, but I still feel Sanic is the better meme. Even though Sonic is not like a lore, like Sonic Shoe has lore, has mythos, has other characters, but Sanic I feel like can be explored a lot more.
He's like the Miku of the Sonic world. He is what you want him to be.
And going by that logic, Knuckles is the Luca because Knuckles had his own meme with Ugandan Knuckles, which yes. I'm not gonna lie, like I found it briefly funny. I'm not gonna dive into the whole was it racist, was it not. I'm not gonna do that, but because that's a topic beyond that. Everyone could judge for themselves. I do think when you have a ton of people just clicking at someone, that that could be a little bad. But for those who don't know, dude, when I always feel like, what the fuck is that game? VR chat. That game just sounds like it's a fucking cesspool of like insanity. Like, have you ever played it?
No.
Whenever I see it, whenever people play it, it's just insane. But then again, I have like
Wait a minute, play what?
VR chat.
I don't even understand what that is, honestly.
It's like, from what I understand, and I'd be wrong because I don't know what it really is either. It's just like an open world like chat thingy where with a lot of user created content where you can kind of upload your own avatar, that bullshit. You're in a chat room that's like a Miku, an Ugandan Knuckles, fucking Mario, and so on. You just do what the fuck you want, and then you just. It's literally like a VR version of like 4chan, so it's just a mess. From what I see.
That sounds chaotic.
Yeah, and of course the Ugandan Knuckles thing is all these like like neckbeards got together, made all their avatars into the Ugandan Knuckles meme, which I think existed before that. I don't know why they called it that, where that all started. And they were like, show us the way, and they'd like click at people and just basically like be obnoxious. Now, I don't know about you, Konaru. I found it amusing when it was an online thingy. Maybe because I was just not on VR chat, so it was very like enclosed to me because like I didn't have to experience it in real life. You know what I mean? But I went to cons that had like mobs of like 20 people, like 20 of the weebiest weebs that were just like, show us the way, like, oh, where's our princess? Like,
oh my god. That was the only thing I didn't like about it, is that when it reached the con scene, that's when it just became unenjoyable. Like it was a funny, cute meme. I liked it because he was small and baby, and he knew the
He
way.
knew the way.
And then people just watered it down to be like really oversaturated and overused, and it ruined it for me.
I'm glad
I really like the meme overall, but it's just like people ruined it.
Like I said, I'll admit that if I play VR chat, I get the feeling that it would have been annoying to me from day one. But the fact that I didn't play VR chat and I got to experience it, like, in a video or two, that it was amusing. And then when I had to see it in real life, I'm like, okay, this is stupid. And, like, the type of weeb I'm talking about. It's the same kind of weeb. I mean, gosh willing, most of them outgrow it. But it's the same type of weeb that's like, the fucking, the Homestuck troll, the,
Oh god.
shit, I can't think of other good examples. Like, what I'm trying to say, the ones who always join, like, the low-hanging fruit trendy bullshit and just kind of, like, make the scene look bad for everyone. Some of them are probably the furries that, like, destroy cult. Have you heard some of the horror? This is really off topic. Actually, it's not off topic because the Sonic fandom and the furry fandom do actually like
That's very intertwined.
Yes, very very intertwined. But have you heard of some of the bullshit that goes down at some furry cons?
Like group orgies, yeah.
No, like okay. That's one thing I can kind of understand if everyone has a fucking orgy. I could kind of get that, but like there are stories about like people like shitting in diapers and leaving diapers everywhere.
Oh my god, like, that's Rainfurrest.
I like how you know exactly what I'm talking about. But not even like other cons like there was another con that apparently went on for years, and they were saying how like some guy had like they were bringing one of the guests to the con into the elevator, and he like leaned on a wall, and there was all this cum on the wall.
What the fuck?
That people had just came in the elevator all over the wall.
That sounds like Katsucon.
Dude, Katsucon's some bullshit. But no, it wasn't Katsucon. It was an actual... There actually are other furry conventions, and, like, Rainfurrest is just, like... Rainfurrest is the diaper con.
Legendary.
But, that's insane. I mean, like... I kind of wish I'd gone for the spectacle, but that's the kind of thing that sounds funny until you're there and you see the diapers everywhere. It's like, okay, guys. Are you guys even human anymore? But I guess that's the point, isn't it? Now that I think about it, I made that joke as a joke, but I'm like, oh wait. But anyway, and it's funny. I don't know if I should tell this story, but I'm telling it anyway. I used to have this ex-girl. Actually, I can tell it. It's not that crazy. I had this ex-girlfriend whose parents are going through a divorce. Now, mind you, she's an adult and whatever. So this is like an adult divorce. So she's not at home. So she's not really witnessing it all. She just knows it's happening. And she was living with me at the time, and she was going back and forth to her mom's here and there. And at one point when she came back, and this is the first time, I'm like, gosh, I don't know how old I am. I'm like 20 or something. And it was for the first time in my life I'd ever heard the term furry, was because she was telling me that her mom's new boyfriend was a furry. And
what the fuck?
I had to have it explained to me. And at the time, I didn't think what was so wrong about it. I'm like, wait, so he wears a costume. And then I realized, she didn't tell me this at the time, I kind of realized that usually, like, what that probably meant was she'd probably wear the costume when they're having, like, sex, and then, like, he's one of those furries, like a lifestyle furry, which, gosh, the furry thing, I'll say this for the furry podcast, but I've gone down the rabbit hole. There's, like, different levels of furries, but yeah. Dude, this is... Can you imagine how these costumes smell half the time?
Ew.
You can't, like, throw
Can you imagine all the crust?
You can't throw that in a washing machine. And, like, you ever have a wig?
You don't put those in a washing machine. You gotta get those, like, professionally washed.
Exactly.
At, like, a costume place.
They're not gonna do that, like, that often, if ever. They're gonna just, like, scrub down to something they spilt on it or something, you know?
Dude, imagine all the crust.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a wig, and, like, you know how, like, synthetic hair, like, gets, like, this caked on bullshit? Imagine what that, like you said, I don't know what you mean by crust, but imagine how that entire costume was like covered in that, like, it's disgusting. Like, it's like when you wash a synthetic wig, like, it's been used for a lot of times, and you get, like, that slime. It's like, imagine all the stuff that's in that fur. I don't know.
Oh, that's so gross. I don't want to imagine
We
that.
gotta have a furry podcast. Everyone wants a furry podcast.
No. We need to invite actual furries, not Ren.
Well, actually, I want to invite. Okay, I want to invite Ren because Ren's cool. But I actually do know a couple furries, so I don't know how down they'll be. Because I see. I don't want to talk shit about them. I'm not talking shit. Okay, I will talk if I have a friend who thinks shitting in a diaper in a public hotel and leaving on a car is cool. Then yeah, I don't want them on. But I don't want to talk shit about furries per se. It's just I'm really curious.
I just really want to talk about
Yeah.
Rainfurrest.
That's it. Like once again, if they're willing to participate in that anarchy, then maybe I still want them on them. If they're still down,
Actually,
I'll still
I have an idea. We're scouting for people who actually went to Rainfurrest. If you went to Rainfurrest and you want to be on the podcast, literally reach out to us.
Yeah, let me actually put this and make sure to put this on too. Like if you ever actually make that thumbnail, hold on, paste as new
Put
source.
what?
Put like hashtag Rainfurrest. I'm trying to see where to put this. I'll put it over your head because nothing's going on in your little box anyway.
Okay.
Rain. Is it 2 R's? Oh, it's 1. I'm gonna assume it's 1. It could be 2. Rainfurrest. Hashtag Rainfurrest. Forest? Yeah. 2020. I'll put that just for. And make sure to put that in the thumbnail. If you throw all the clickbait in there, throw a furry, throw avocado, Rainfurrest 2020, Sanic, and so on. And
I'll put Taylor's doll in there.
yes, and make sure to get that picture of Sylvia as casual Knuckles. I called her Knuckles.
Casual Knuckles.
Tell her I said that. Oh my god. Oh no, I mean casual. I mean closet. Robotic. Casual Knuckles.
Casual Knuckles.
It's like a similar color anyway.
Actually, no, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Rainfurrest 2020. It's barely happening in the thing. in the. Anyway.
I have 3 minutes till I can start customizing my character.
Yeah, I actually want to start wrapping it up, and I want to make sure we get to your thing. So, what else is on my little thingy? Actually, cartoons are supposed to be talked about separately, but we kind of just rolled that in.
Yeah.
But all I gotta say
you know what's some good Sonic media, like fan media?
Huh?
Any animations, like any those Sonic animations that the fans make, like that shit's pretty good.
There actually is like what's her? We knew her name earlier. The Fox girl, who's like the princess in Sad AM. What's her name? Sally. There actually is.
She's Sally the squirrel.
Oh, Fox squirrel, same thing. Someone out there really hates me because I said Rose and Cream were the same earlier. Now I'm calling Sally a fox.
Why am I a better Sonic fan than you?
Okay,
you're the boomer.
To me Sonic is like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Fuck everyone. No, I'm just kidding. That's boomer. But
that is truly boomer.
But fuck, what was I saying? Amy. Sally. Anyways, there's actually a lot of Sally animation out there, and I don't mean it's that PG. There's a lot of like.
Of course, you would know.
No, haven't you? Fuck you. Haven't you ever run across like the weirder side of like Pornhub or some bullshit? And it's all like, what the fuck?
I don't venture into that side of Pornhub. I don't know what you're venturing to, but.
Well, back in the day, okay, I don't care if anyone. I've said this many times on the podcast. For those who don't know, like friends and I, especially at cons, but also just like partying around, whatever the fuck. We'll watch funny porn if that makes sense. Like usually like porn with like we'll watch like the parodies. We'll dig up some old shit, and watch something funny like that with like bad plots, bad music. And there was a point when we were digging up like the Overwatch porn, which like took over Pornhub, if you remember that.
What the fuck?
You don't remember that? Overwatch porn took over Pornhub for a while. Like that was everywhere. And it came in two varieties. Obviously you have the cosplay versions, where like a girl dresses up as like Diva. It's always Diva. And and then either just does a cam show or does other things, or there's the 3D animation when they get the models and they have them have relations. So it was somewhere during that little like thing where I don't know if we were just clicking on too many, or they're just like, "Hey, you want this?" We went down the
Oh my
dark.
god, it's ready.
We went down the dark rabbit hole of like looking up like Breath of the Wild adult videos, where it was like some other things, and then somewhere around here we saw a lot of Sonic stuff, and the other Sonic stuff. I don't know why I had to tell you all that to get to there, but but yeah. I'll have links below, and no, I'm just kidding. I won't have links. Find that on your own. Just Google it. I'm pretty sure if you just Google like Sally Roll 34 or Sally Sonic the Hedgehog, Sally the Squirrel Roll 34. Actually, I'm gonna Google that real fast. See what comes up. If I get a virus, then yeet. But let's see. Sally the Squirrel.
Wow, I'm playing Sonic Forces. Wow, it's Eggman. Little buddies.
Oh my god!
I'm actually playing it right now.
Yeah. By the way, look up Sally the Squirrel Roll 34, and you can
No, I'm not looking that up.
I like how this is one thing. She's not actually naked. It's just her as her normal. Like she's Sonic. She's Sonic M version, but she has a dialogue box to stop looking at my butt. And it's so true because like I knew people who were just like digging her as just her Sonic version. She's naked. What? No. What am I looking up now?
Oh shit.
Her name is Sally Acorn, by the way. But she is the squirrel.
Wow, I'm playing Sonic before he fucking dies.
Is she a fox? Was I right? I'll kick your ass. Sorry, guys, I'm looking this up. Sorry. I'm looking this up and
sorry, I'm playing Sonic Forces.
And Cream the Rabbit over there is playing Sonic Forces. Okay, you know what? You want to know the funniest thing? You want to know the funniest thing? Konaru.
What?
We're both wrong.
What do you mean we're both wrong?
She's a chipmunk.
Oh, she's a chipmunk? I always thought she was a squirrel.
Well, you're closer than I was, but still. She's not a squirrel or a fox. Her name is Sally Acorn, by the way. She's a chipmunk.
See, I knew it was Sally Acorn, but oh my god, why just turn into 2D platforming from 3D? This is ass.
Your ass. Oh
my god, why can't I play a Sonic game? This is sad.
Her dad is Nigel Acorn, the king. Oh shit, I'm falling.
Dude, spoilers!
Who's Rosie Woodchuck? I don't remember that character. Is that her mom?
I think it was like her sister or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know who this is.
Her mom.
But it's somebody related to her. Oh, it's her nanny.
Oh, her nanny.
Her nan. Dulcie the Dragon. Oh, this is from the comics. Dude, it's telling I didn't include the comics at all in the notes because I never really read the comics. Did you ever read the comics?
For what?
Sonic, the Archie ones?
I tried to, but what do you call it? When I was a kid, I never really had like a comic shop to go to, so I could never like read them, and I didn't know that pirating existed, so I was an idiot.
Well, I don't know if you ever. Well, you just said you don't have comic stores near you, but back in the day, well, not even back in the day, they still do it to this day. There's free comic book day. It's like the first.
Yeah, I know we have that here, but I'm talking like when I was a kid and I was living in the middle of fucking nowhere. Oh my god, Sonic's gonna die right here. Like they actually kill him.
Every year, there's usually a Sonic comic, and that's usually my most exposure to Sonic comics. Is that every year I'll get the free one on Free Comic Book Day, and yeah, that's my Sonic exposure. I still have most of them. I've been to Free Comic Book Day. I didn't go last year, RIP, but I went every year before that. I think maybe missing one or two since I was a kid. Since I was like in like junior high, elementary school, because before junior high, maybe missing one or two. But yeah, Sanic. Get it, Sanic. Yeah, you're not gonna make a character time soon. We probably should start wrapping this up. And now you're legit playing a game, so.
Yeah, I'm actually like Sonic is about to die.
Oh my god.
And mind you, that's actually not a spoiler because
This is
that's how the
the
game
first few minutes,
starts.
yeah. Anyway, let's start wrapping this up actually. So let me start putting it up
Yes.
there. I think like I said, that's it. The comics, I never really experienced them. I know they're an Archie thing. What is pretty cool is that obviously they're not canon, but they pulled from like everything. Like there's this rare Sonic arcade game, I forget what the fuck it's called, that like has like characters that only exist there. And then they ended up in the comics. Obviously the Sat AM characters got included in the comics and so on. And Sonic likes chili dogs. How did we not mention that at all this time?
Oh yeah, he likes. Okay, but the bigger conspiracy is why was there no collaboration with Sonic, like the restaurant or like the fast food
Oh,
chain?
I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I thought I thought that they were related. Um, I don't think they exist anymore, but they used to be what's the word I'm looking for? A Chuck E. Cheese type place around here called Bullwinkles, and I think there was
You're
more
a
than
Bullwinkle.
fuck you, but there was a thing called Bullwinkles, and it was a collaboration with the Bullwinkle characters, like Moose and Squirrel, whatever the fuck that um, I don't know what the fuck the squirrel's name was, but I don't even know if Bullwinkle's the name of the moose. They were actually just Moose and Squirrel, but anyway, I used to, when I was younger, because we don't have Sonics around here. There's some Sonics in the OC that are kind of far from here, in like the LA area. I mean to say, and so I always thought that Sonic was like the Sega branded restaurant. Like I can't think of any other examples of what else. Like a Planet Hollywood, but it's Sega, it's Sonic's. So yeah, I'm disappointed that that's not the case. Um, on that note, so wrapping it up, chili dogs. I hate chili dogs, but Sonic loves them. I hate chili. It's not even spicy, but I just hate the idea of chili. And I've heard many horror stories of chili, how it's usually made at fast food places. So yeah, be careful with fast food chili. Um, anything upcoming with you, Konaru?
Um, I'm playing Sonic Forces and I'm making my avatar right now.
Yep, add it to the thumbnail. Hopefully, Konaru does this thumbnail. If you clicked on the video today, whatever day today is, and it's not up, then Konaru failed. But just throw it together real
I
fast,
probably
Konaru.
won't do it.
Just throw it together as soon as we're done, Konaru. Anyway,
No, I'm playing Sonic Forces.
um, real talk though, we are looking for somebody who has been to Rainfurrest, so hit us up if you want to be on. Um, other updates next week. We're going live on the same day, same time, Tuesday the 25th. I don't know what our topic's going to be. I have some ideas, but I haven't decided yet. Keep an eye out for social media for that. But the next 2 weeks after that, Konaru's going to be gone, so I'll be planning other things.
Am I? Oh yeah, I am gone because I have work.
So I'll be planning other
Unless
things.
y'all want to start late.
But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try to plan without you just for kicks. I want to do that Peachy Parade episode if I can. And we'll see if it happens. But I feel like it's so short notice for that. I don't know if it'll actually happen. We'll see. Support us on Patreon. The Patreon's still getting updated. Once Konaru like actually gets off her like Macy's butt and like helps me out with the shit I need help out from her with.
No.
We can move forward. The Aldius interview is up for patrons right now. Unlike some of the other past posts, I actually did finish it. I still might give it one more pass through editing wise, so before it goes public, but it's pretty much there. Usually the versions, I'll be honest, usually the versions we put up there for patrons are like work in progress. Like it's literally the first draft and we're working on it the whole time. But no, this time it's pretty much good to go. Like I said, another once over maybe. It'll be public for everyone Thursday or Friday. I haven't decided yet. It depends on how other things fall. So keep an eye out for that. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, please. Share with your friends. Maybe I don't know if you care that much, but Shout out to Ed and Kev, the current patrons. If you can't support us on Patreon, then at the very least, just keep watching our shit. That's the best. And remember, if we made you laugh, you probably owe us something. And that something
No,
can come
you
in.
don't.
Yeah, actually, I'm just joking. But no, if you really can, I really appreciate if you toss us some dollars on Patreon, or if you toss us some likes. If not, then just keep watching our shit. I don't actually really don't care. Money's always great, but we'll keep doing this otherwise. There's a meme I saw a while ago where it's all like my girlfriend's leaving me because like I'm doing a podcast that nobody watches or whatever. And it's all
I
like,
remember that one.
and it's like press F for the chat, boys. There's no one there, but I got the meme totally wrong, by the way. I said that wrong, because the girlfriend's talking to him. Is like I'm leaving you. It's like, why? It's like because you keep doing a podcast, nobody's watching. It's like press F for the chat, boys. And nobody's there. So yeah, I feel like that's us sometimes. But then again, I feel bad saying that because we do have viewers, and as far as I'm concerned, if more than two watch us, that's fine because there's two of us doing it, or three, So I feel vindicated enough. Anyway, it's a long-winded thing. Just watch us or don't. I don't care.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Everyone have furry dreams, and go watch a Sonic movie. Real talk though, if you have seen the Sonic movie, let us know in the comments below because Teepu never showed up. Fuck him. Press F for Teepu being gone. Let us know what you thought about the movie. Let us know if you're at Rainfurrest 2020, whatever year that actually happened, 2015 or 16, whatever year it did happen. And we want to do a furry podcast. And that's it. Good night. Peace.
Good night.